The ruined San Bruno neighborhood remains so dangerous, officials still won't let residents in to see what is left standing. For neighbors grateful to find each other alive, the memory of their suburb exploding around them is haunting.
I can't get that roaring sound out of my mind and that big boom in the side of that enormous blast of fire.
The explosion was so big, the heat so intense, that those who escaped say their only choice was to run for their lives. As houses burst into flame, a suburban dinner time turned into a vision of hell. It's an experience that has left those who lived on these streets for decades feeling insecure about the very ground beneath their feet.
Even if they let us go home, you think, when is my house going to explode? Where are the gas pipes?
You don't even know if our house is off the foundation because that explosion was tremendous.
Massive.
I mean, the house just went like that.
The force of the blast blew the 30-inch gas transmission line right out of the ground. On a tour of the area, California Senator Barbara Boxer was struck by the scale of destruction.
It's a heartbreaker. And when you see that huge piece of pipeline that just blew away from the rest of the pipeline.
Residents say Pacific Gas and Electric, the utility that owns the pipeline, appeared to install a liner in the pipe less than 2 years ago.
If we're putting in liners or rewelding areas, it may be just because we're saying, look, at this age, it's time to go in and do something about that.
But PG&E is distrusted by consumer advocates who say they've obtained papers that cast doubt on the utility's statements.
We have documents showing that there were falsified records, that there was inadequate training, and so we want to know whether they did the right thing on this transmission line.
And when you realize that some of this pipe was laid in 1948, others in the 50s, it raises a lot of questions that we certainly are going to deal with.
Among the 4 people known to have died in the explosion was Jessica Morales, 20 years old. Jacqueline Grieg and her 13-year-old daughter Janessa were also killed. The 4th victim has not yet been identified. Officials now say the remains of 2 more people have been found, raising the death toll in this explosion and fire to 6. At a town meeting at the church here, residents have been told some may be able to return to their homes tomorrow. Jeff?
All right, John Blackstone in San Bruno. John, thank you tonight.